The story begins with a high school student named Light Yagami, who finds a notebook that, when he writes down a name and imagines the person's face, that person suffers a heart attack. So Light decides to kill criminals of Japan, and then around the world. But being unconscious, Detective L learned of his location, putting a subject on television so that Light could kill him, thinking that he was the one looking for him, murdering him because of his narcissism. So he revealed part of his location and later his relationship with someone from the police, adopting the name of Kira around the world, becoming more closely involved with Elle, later being supported by a second Kira, Misa Amane, who has the powers of a Shinigami, which have to do with seeing people's name and years of life just by seeing their face, but reducing her own years of life. She has an ally Shinigami, Rem, who at one point after the capture of Misa by Elle ends up prolonging the young woman's life, killing Elle, who is left in charge of solving the case about who is the original Kira. So his hears, which are Melo ends up dying for the sake of the investigation at Dos Takada, and old acquaintance of Light One he recruit to continue his objective, manipulating her. In the end, Light is discovered by Nier as Kira, resulting in his death, which leads to Misa's suicide, being the original ending of the series.
Light is very narcissistic. If he had not tried to kill Elle on national television, they would not have known that he was Japanese, and then he started killing, but taking into account that the hours in which he killed were like those of a student, and his abrupt change in his movement made who in the end was the main suspect.
What if Sakata picked the Death Note instead of Light? She would be more careful. Or if Misa didn't help Light, he would never have gotten rid of L.
Or if Misa did got the Shinigami eyes, she would be useless for light.
But here is more the idea of he had been more cautious from the beginning without believing himself to be a god or with the right to judge freely. What if Light had been more careful, had kept his secret longer, he would have won and El had never knew about his identity, El would have never been in danger.
Light's family was not a suspect from the beginning. His father years later would not have been involved late with the death note, so he would not have died. Nor would his sister have been kidnapped by the gangsters would be one of the investigators who was previously young Bill.
The heirs of L, Nero and Mello, they had never get involved in the case of Kira, doing extreme stuff to find out who he was, killing unintentionally people in the process.
If Light had run away from the confrontation towards El, the FBI agents would never have arrived.
If Light looked up of the information secretly, he was first.
He could get stick up for his family and defenseless people.
Meditating its purpose of eradicating criminals little by little, although more slowly the officers Kita, Takara, Mello, Misia would survive, like not needing more accomplices, not needing Misia to risk her years of life to obtain Shinigami powers again, which would not lead to her death.
El is the key for to Light's death.
You really want Light to be able to make his ideal world, don't you? By avoiding at a certain point also position and lowering his guard he could jack up with killing.
El would have continued investigating other murder cases, like sending his house and alley.
Personally, I agree with the original ending, but many deaths could have been avoided. The help of a very good detective like El would have been maintained for cases that Kira would not could not have taken into account.
If Light had been more organized, he would have made his perfect world like he wanted, having a future and family.